And how are you doing today? How are you doing today? It's been a long week, but with God's grace, tujiseemu nayo. Yeah, tujiseemu. Yeah, I'm trying to corner out of the parking lot. So guys, how are you? Today we're going to be talking insurance and of course the business. I did post an interview with a Mosei who is in the lorry business, and I had some people actually dispute his facts. So today, as I head home, I'm going to try and get an opinion live, totally edited from another person, and hopefully then we can get a view. Business. I've shared before with you guys that I have a brother that is in the same line of work. I don't want to call it a business because he openly tells me the lorry kind of work is not a business for him. He buys food with it. It's not something that he will do even as a driver and think that agenda kora mu sente zigende maaso. So he also tells me that some of the guys that have lorries in his area actually have other businesses, and the lorries are a support. So for example, a person that has a hardware shop buys a counter truck, and he uses that counter truck to transport things to clients and all. And then if the counter gets other work, for example shift someone, then that's a plus. I'll show you. For example, in the past, you see those trailers there? They belong to a hardware called Pyramid Hardware. And it so happens that that person bought trailers, even when ideally hiring trailers would considerably be cheaper in the short or long run, because then you don't have maintenance and all that. But all these hardware people end up buying those trucks because it makes much more sense to own these trucks, because in case you get a discount, for example for cement, like there is an obvious business trick that happens. For example, with guys that hardware owners that go to like factories like Kima and buy cement in bulk, like a trailer of cement. So this is something I've had, that if you buy, for example, four full trailers of cement, they'll give you a free trailer of cement. Now, if you have to hire a trailer to bring your cement all the time, as a hardware owner, your profit goes down. But if the trailer is yours, you could actually get trailer of cement that you get from the factory to actually pay for the trailer itself. So that's why you find that so many hardware shops these days have these trailers. They have the Fuso trucks, they have the counters, they have the Dianas, they have the elves packed there, strictly to do their business. If I have a delivery to make, I just get a driver to drive there. Besides, the driver also is a person that actually loads the stuff. So my driver does a lot of work. Or if not, I drive the truck myself if my hardware is still growing. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So the argument that this Mosei has, because he has been in the business, and by the way, don't make a mistake of thinking that because someone is in the business for 30 years, it means that business must be profitable. Some people stay in businesses because they don't know how to do anything else. They cannot gamble anywhere else because they don't even know how to start gambling in that line of work. So you find a Mosei is stuck driving a lorry for 40 years because he has no other way of surviving. He's not that educated, he's not that exposed. So the moment he got in his teen years, 18, he learned how to drive, and then he was introduced to truck driving. And then he has been driving trucks since 18. He doesn't know how to do any other job. So sometimes I think we want to compare ourselves to people that don't have our level of exposure, that don't have our level of education. You get. For example, a university graduate should have so many options. You should have so many options. Among the options you can have, actually there is a lorry stage here. Let me engage these people. I'm going to try to engage these guys. Then so that you see. So Inan, hi. So I'm going to try and engage these guys live on when you guys are tuned in Murabe. It's important for us to understand this business. Yeah. So I'm going to try and engage these guys. Hey, Bampita Arthur. Na channel ya YouTube. Njogera ku motoka. Bafolowa bange baagala okujja ku investinga mu lole. Nina interview gye nakole ya lole ne bampakanya ne bagamba muzeeyo yatunyimba natwagaliza sente. So ndi live. Mbagambye leero ngenda kugwa ku muntu nga seditinze mu yadda akantu atu analysis ye ku business ya lole osobola okukinkolera. Like omuntu ayagala, for example, omuntu ayinza obe Dubai abadde emyaka gye 5 esatu awezeza milioni z'enkaaga. Ayagala kudda e Kampala naye business yalagadde oteeka mu sente agadde ajjagula loole ayiteeke ku stage emuwe sente naye ng'ayagala okumala business eno ekola etya yeekola agiseemu sente ze. So mbadde bali live awo kulikoledde abantu 7. So bwe tuba tusobola twaliwayizaamu n'otubuulira bali wali abangi kanyamuse endabirwamu zino. So guys, this is very receptive. Hi Eseza. So I've gotten a very receptive person and he's taking me to other guys as well to give me what their view is. Nemegamba nti omuzeeyi atumalamu amaanyi n'Oluganda baluwulira n'Oluganda baluwulira tewali kigaana. So ntuuse ewantu ewali abantu abagana mujje baleko basebu. Amannya agangenze Arthur ndi live ku YouTube. So nyina bafolowa bange ku YouTube kuno abasinga bali bweru ata Dubai nga abamu aba atadde ateesa akasente ke ayagala okukomawo e Kampala ateeke mu loole sente ateeke sente mu loole agiteeke ku stage ekoleki emukolere sente. Kati mbadde live nenengera loole wano nemugamba mmanyi ntuuse ku stage kaŋŋende ekintu kye tutagenda kweditinga abantu boogera kiri live oba akugamba toteekayo sente za kigambo nemegamba nti na editinga nenkola ki nenkyusa ekwogera ne swaba nangamba jangu kutwala ewali abantu abangi nabo batuwa ebirowoozo byabwe kutya omuntu wateeka akasente era mmotoka ki waliwo yambuuza n'okumbuuza forward eyo webali tulinawo oyo Hassan nnyonnyola embeera eyo egende mu maaso. Hassan kasooka ali etu etsoke togereko na chairman aliwa soko omunnyonnyole amaleeta wano omuntu asobola oteeka akasente mu mmotoka zino nsonga kubanga kisinziira watulinawo nga Isuzu Kanta Forward asobola oteekamu akasente ke namanya nti we mba nkikuba emyaka 2 ebweru sobola oteeka akasente milioni 7,8 ja nekateekamu buli wiiki namanya nti afuna emitwalo ago 5 kugabaawo mu nko namanya ebbanga lyamala otafunye mwana mugaali osobola okubeera ng'akola ki ate okubalaka kwene eggaali okugiraba namanya nti kinenyerera kyenyerera so tulwano naffe tweyagala nawadde bali bweru naffe otula tukikwasaganya mmotoka nga zino ngamba kiwadire mmotoka kyesobola okumukuza emitwalo 5 mmotoka nga ziwogira Isuzu eno bagiri Isuzu ebitaano kama milioni 5 bw'aba aguze ngeri yuzi ng'ekozeeko milioni 5 akafuna akalungi era ne kaseera kamuwa mitwalo 5 kabeera milioni 8 wamuka milioni 9 bakasa omuwa emitwalo 7 tutegeze mmotoka eyo era nga tutegidde muntu muyaaya era nga teyingidde mu muntu muyaaya asigala akola basobola okuliwo obuliwo obutamuba nabanga ayogera biye n'omugaga ng'ayogera bitakwatagana lweva ono bwewamala ebbanga kulimu obutafuna kituufu kyoyagala so ng'alina kubanga mazima nagamba tawa muntu magezi kasese ombo emirimu tegikyaliyo
yakuba nti alimbye kubanga emirimu tegibeera bubeezi waka nti ogenda gifuna ku sowaani emirimu olina gijja ku stage ate ffe musiraamu tena kyetuyita sababu tekangawo ensonga lwaki katonda wa wagenda oyisiza ssente so eno sababu wa ogenda okujja yeroole olwoba ofunye entandikwa ogenda okukola ki okulajanira katonda ise wano esobola ssente ffe tubeerawo tutya
yagambye nti olesa olobeerawo wiike nekola emirimu egiri majinja atwala neeka omupiira ate omusirikale simanya n'atwala ki
kyeyayogedde kisoboka mu mwezi kisobola obbaamu ennaku tugeze nga nnya kive nti walina obaawo communication mugagga ne driver wemba nkunnyonnyodde obuzibu bwemba nfunyemu obutonotono ng'obwo oba ng'obuwuliriza otuya naye si kya buli lunaku rutiini nti kibeerawo yalina kufa alina kukola ki
waliwo emmotoka bbiri waliwo kanta motoka kikweza ebbiri esinga obulungi
omuntu isuzu eno isuzu tewangaala
erefu tewangaala
naye ate kanta ewangaala yewangaala kati kanta isuzu erina maanyi kanta esinga amaanyi ku kanta
obanga otikka nnyo
olwensonga lwaki tewangaala otikka nnyo erwana nnyo awabi biki naye ate kanta yo ewangaala okusinga kuki isuzu kubanga emirimu gyayo tekitera kubeera nti misito nnyo naye nga wonna sente esigala okafuna lwaki zonna ozira ezipakinze abaana baabo banyirira bonna obalaba
omuntu ayinza okuba ayagala muwe ngulesirolengi mukwasi nga ankuba akalimi
si kalimi oledde oyogera na mugagga era eyange ndigulaze yiino wano toyogera na muntu mukakasi kirungi kitegeera so omuntu osobola oteekamu akasenteko kubanga
ku muntu avuga
forward
waliwo omusajja yabadde ambuuza emotoka forward y'omusenyu so mwebagayi emmotoka muziraba zonna ziri wano eyo erefu eno kanta eyo erefu gyagambye etawangaala naye ng'ate kanta ekola ki kanta yo ewangaala nze ijebali ndi ku YouTube live simanyi oba okkiriza okukukwata manyi Museveni yaleese etteeka anti omuntu tosobola muteeka mu kamera nga takkiriza kati muzeeyi nyina follow wange ku YouTube yabadde abuuza emmotoka eyo forward eyina buzibu ki kyekigitawaanya yo nga yali bweru naye nga yali agadde okudda agiteekemu akasente ke emuleeterenga ssente naye nga yeebuuza waba tannaba okutugira biki byalina okumanya
kati ngaza badazibuga obuzibu obusinga okubeera mu bagagga omugagga ayinza okugula emmotoka ye nakugamba nti forward yiyo njagala $1,000,000 buli wiiki kati osubidde dereva abalina gikozesa ki abalina gikozesa naye nga forward zonna emmotoka zikola era ne forward emmotoka akozesa engeri egudde ku muntu amanyi olabirira emmotoka oba bagitaddemu sente ki kati sente nyingi ate nowegamba buli wiiki njagala sente bweziti okisabe sente nyingi olina kukola kuba ekola ki
kugamba ne dereva aba alina gikozesa nnyo
afune naye afunemu
nawe akuwe
so naye woba ogiguze n'ogamba dereva ti njagala emitwalo 5 emmotoka esobola owangaala omanyi ffe tutunuulira nnyo okufuna
notabala long term
naye senga oba ogiguze n'ogamba sifuddeyo kale ngitaddemu sente nyingi naye ngina kubanga ngifunamu fe long term kati ekisinga kibeera
kitegeeza kati forward omuntu bwaba agiguza alina gibaliramu wa $5,000
kisinzira oyinza kale oba ogiguze ngapya oyinza ogamba dereva nti manyi njagala kale kakadde si sente nyingi
kubeera mpya
olwensonga oba olina okukola service oba olina okugula emipiira ebina bifudde ate nga dereva katugeza agikwasiza gwebanza nange nina besinsobola kutuliza tisepulingi ekutuse ya $10,000 emugikola gundi oba kati yayingirawo mu bintu ebiri major kitegeera naye kati bino ebiri minor simaya balubu zikubye simaya kiro mupiira gwabise kozi mupiira guyisiza oguba gwabise nga gugwabise gwagugula naye guyisiza ate mugaga nkukubira omupiira bagukolera mutwa kati wate wekukubira omupiira naye
waliwo omuzeeyi gwe twakozeko interview n'agamba nti emmoroka loole zino tezikyalimu mirimu omuntu azeesonyiwa agenda azimba emizigo si muntu omu kale bantu nga bana babadde balina endowooza y'emu
ekyo nakyo gyekiri kuba emirimu gyennaku zino nga bwomanyi ekonomi bintu byakati emirimu tegikyali kale naye eyo neyange era eyange naye emirimu era nagyo
mirimu bitono
kitegeera naye nga obeeramu nobatisa mpolampola ekitegeera era yiyo nga yiyo obeera n'enjawulo
kati naye nga gwe omwana abadde e Dubai oba abadde e Canada ng'akuŋŋaanyiza ssente ze gweomuwa amagezi ajja akwata emiliyoni z'ensanvu agule emmotoka loole n'agise ku stage
wabanga yekyabulimu abako nekyayagala
omanyi waliwo okwagala naye nga kyoyagala ate erudda si kituufu lwaki tuba twebuuza kuba tusingako
ate olaba lwaki njogedde bwentyo nange natunda ewange
n'ogula emmoroka
nengula emmotoka kiwulira kitegeeza neeteerawo omulimu ate sigenda kukola ki obeera nga nsabiriza owaye nina akagundi jangukoleba oti kolaba kitegeeza kati necreatingirawo omulimu lwakuba nti kale emirimu gyazibuwalamu naye nga emmotoka zino oba nga giguze ye kashi nga yagyevugira kibeeroke kitegeera naye wagamba nti agiguze agiwadde omuntu atudde wali katebe ekyo si kisemba kitegeera ekyo si kisemba naye wabanga agiguze naye yagenda ogyevugira ekyo kibeeroke kuba yamanyi enkwata yakyo yayo oba agiguze oba olunaku tekoze oba olunaku nkoze yamanya oba nkoze abiri oba nkoze asatu yamanya ebalansinga yakyo ebalansinga sente
obadde wamazima nnyo kakati omuntu atulaba bw'abanga ayagadde okufuna omanyi abantu baagala okujja neyeebuuza naga omusajja oli wamutulaga naye simanyi tumusanga mbadde kuba tuli live enamba gisharinga esigenda kubyeditinga omuntu ayinza okuva eyo olutuuka entebe n'agakangende neebuuza ku musajja oli ayinza n'okusalawo kanjigule nze enjeevugire neme kuddayo kati ng'ayagala okumanya bizinesi agiyingira ati mbadde nsaba babuulira amanyako n'enamba
amanya nkutibwa Mali Charles era essimu yange eri eya MTN yayo
zombi
eya Airtel eri 0703 51 8769 eya MTN eri 0786 84 64 62
tweyanziza nnyo mukulu Mali so mwebagayi we are in wano Kagoma and mwababadde bambuuza business eya loole waliwo yaŋŋambye nti muzeeyi gwe nakukozeko interview yalimbye ono omwami gwe mulaba we are on his lorry nga bwe mugiraba yiyo simanyiro erefu eno kanta Mitsubishi kanta tuli ku motoka yiye kanta yagyegulira and era atugambye for him he sold his home to start a business. This is his business. Era atugambye gwali eyo ng'obadde oyagala okuteeka sente mu business eno ya transport oyagala kugula loole bweti amagezi ye gaakuwa gigule ng'ogenda kugyevugira you're going to drive it yourself si kugigula kugissa ku stage oyinza okyawagana n'abantu oba emirimu mizibuzibu
oba naye kigala osobola okugigula ofuna dereva namuteeka ebbali naabeera nga atudde ebbali
mwali mu mmotoka ye negotiatingira yes
ne waba tanegotiatinze kuba buli omuntu omupya mu business asobola aba talina bakasitoma kitegeera oleka oli waba ye negotiatinze osooka n'okumira okubbibwa bwenga bwokola ki
bw'osoma embeera
nate okutuula ali nga talina ki buli naye bwoba obugiguze n'ofuna omuntu alina emirimu nosooka osoma embeera ya bizinesi bwekola etambula
naye bw'okiyingira
nga bonawe bw'okiyingira ekito bwe kitambula abasinga obungi tamanyi sisitimu naye bwoba owali ogibaddemuko osobola okugula emmotoka notandikirawo naye oba togibeerangamukko
ofuna omuntu n'otuulawo n'obeera nga tani boys by the way ofuna sente
zo nga zakoze ojjako omusasula
Exactly.
Yes, diye butomuwa ya sasule. Obula gwe musasule. Oba ojimpadde nakula wali. Nze nemba geni ng'omulimu gwasatu ogenda kunywako 10 tusiga tukubo tugenda kukozesaako kulya
abasirikale
kale rafuli emmotoka n'ogibalya nti omulimu gubadde gwasatu ofisi zaawo 15 nomanya nti dereva nvugidde ngena muwaleeba zisigaze 10 n'omeka 11 kitegeera kati awo gwomanya
n'obalaba okigatta bagayi mukirabye temugamba nti amagezi twagafuna wanonzize random linzize envuga n'empakinga bupakizi nenga katukifune nga tekiri edited n'akatono omwami enamba yagibawadde ali wano bayitawo kagoma Teo Hotel. So their stage is here just below Teo Hotel. So if you want to come you can come nofuna amagezi ago noyongera nonyumya naye kuyanze nisi yeah so kakati business ya lole yo tugenda gitegeera mujongere mugiyige sebo
anze sili ku business ya lole ani ku business ya lole anti bwe kimwe nati bamuse
kituufu
atomuntu asolo
Adam. So apparently there is also a gentleman, that is my Corolla guys making the noise. So apparently there is a gentleman here who says naye moroka entono azitegeera ate moroka entono ozigamba ki muzeeyi
ate moroka entono sokubanga olina wiiki nengereeta emitwalo 2 ewiiki izo noziba ssente
ekituufu
zigamba nti negundi kati emotoka nti ebenge etambula soleeta emitwalo 2 emitwalo 2 buli wiiki era noba okola oyingiza ssente
kuba ene moroka gye baguze miliyoni 8 bwebeereeta 5 ate nga wiisho gikuza 22 neereeta emitwalo 2
era ziba ssente
nazo ziba ssente ate ziba na nnyingi okubwegeraagera kuba
okusobola okubirawo ng'ogiraba ng'ogitunuulira
kati kyenne omuntu kyajja okwebuuza nguze wiishi yange nzija wagivuga nga wamazima ngaaye tagenda kutomeza mmotoka yange
ebiseera ebisinga kati nga gwena kusaana emmotoka ye oba kati ngerwaleero ne connection oba ontegedde sokutwala nolabako newebanzaala nomanya nti omuntu ono gwenka ekintu kyange
ali bwati ne bwati
fena twogera ebigambo nga byanjawulo nagamba muzeyi njakukola naye natakola atya natakola kyagambye kuba buli omuntu yena agenda ku mulimu oba mu ofiisi ebyo byayogera naye omulimu nekola gutya Uganda kati oba balina opportunity eyaku airport tekako mimoka ekola ku airport oba nsente zibaako naye obanga mukoze endagaano akakalu ojja kupa emitwalo 2 ezo sente ziba nawe emmotoka yo kenyini ogyetaagire osobola okubira
omuganga wange njagala
agendako mu kyalo kati oyinza okubeera ate ngaagenze embalala
oba olina mugamba ina advance
oba olina omugamba nga obudde bukyakola si wanooka kati olwasobola okuba nga ayagala kutunda emmotoka agamba njagala kukola ekibanda ekyange so otandika osogenda eggulu oba nyina miliyoni zange 25 emmotoka yo giraba otandika nemmotoka nga
mukola akabanda
nentandika okukola ekibanda eyo bizinesi neweeri akubakoze otya n'omuntu agimanyi kati ekyo kyenjogerako olwensonga kyenkolamu ate nkimanyi kati wembanga nasobola okubanga nina miliyoni 25 sobola okufuna emmotoka nenyingi nenyimirira wezi
n'ofuuka tumbuto
webale nenyimirira nedda nga siri tumbuto nenyimirira buyimirizi kubanga waliwo bagenda okujja nga bazireeta nendaba nyera okugibira nenjikebira moka gyoguze miliyoni 5 oba 6 osogifunako miliyoni 3 onoogireeta n'ogiterezamu obuntu butono nnyo emoka gyoguze miliyoni 4 ebe abantu ab'eggulu bavuga emoka naye nga tebavuga kwonona kubanga noosogenda n'okujja emotoka nga nungi ate ngaerabika bulungi kakitegeeza nti moka obanga ogiguze miliyoni 7 okigiryako miliyoni 3 oba okukola era nawoba mu transport oba mu business sigamba nti biseera nti ndowoolezaako nti bajja kumpa emitwalo 5 buli wiiki naye weba okutte sente zo kagize emmotoka ozirina ezo emmotoka zigenda kuzaala emmotoka endala
ojja otunde n'oleeta eno tunde n'oleeta eno mpola mpola ekifanda wekikola ki wekikula kati osobola okukigula n'ogula isuzu osobola okula ekintu kyonna naye ono obaozirabako
sente zo ne bwe ziba tezifa zonna kati bakuyita mwami ani
tebamuyita mwami wa Swahili
bw'ajja wano ku stage yennyini we tuli onoonya omwana gwe bayita Waswa William. This is Kagoma. Kagoma wano ku stage wano
kasobola abayisi
omusiraamu kale baba tweyanziza nnyo. Kale guys, like I said, we are going to be talking about the transport business, and I'm thinking we have almost covered all the bases now. When the Muzei in the interview, for you guys that have not seen the interview, yes, Sirina Baba. Sirina. So for you guys that missed, for you guys that missed the interview, that you guys did not see the interview, je nakoze ne Muzeeyi ndoza mulabye amazima kati nti Muzeeyi ate yabadde tagezaako balemesa omusajja oli male byabagambye. Just a minute, I want to share my number with this gentleman. So your car can actually become a business. Kale baba. So you guys, we have covered that base. Unless you have a question about the business, your car as a business, which is very possible. The stage that I've been at is in Kagoma, just below Teo Hotel for the guys that will want to come on your own. So when I did the interview with Muzeeyi about the truck business, he said he doesn't advise anyone to invest his money in a truck. He said that you would rather invest your money elsewhere, and this is something I've been telling my followers all along. When you're asking me about the truck business, the taxi business, I tell you that unless it's something that you have been doing, it's in the family line, for example, I've been advising you, when you come back from wherever you are, first think about the thing you did before you went abroad. Okay, think about the thing you did before you went abroad. If you had a wholesale shop before you went abroad, probably the one reason you went abroad was because the capital was limited. So now you can actually increase your capital because you have more money. So call a wholesale shop. If you want to buy a canter or an elf, the elf, buy it. Na yenge ekola mu business yo. I don't know if I make sense, guys. Instead of you buying an elf, ogameti kanjise ku stage, driver jivuga mpenge emitwala 5, because there are chances that driver will give you emitwala 5 for the first 2 weeks, then agana okuddamu kuwachi alekera okuddamu kuwa sente ezo ate kati okyawagane n'abantu. So I hope you guys, and so I don't know if there is anyone that didn't understand the language that he used, because if there is someone that didn't understand the language, then I can actually almost redo the entire interview, and so that you understand it. So someone is asking to Toyota Spacio old model. Vitz is definitely better because it has a 1. I'm saying 1.3 because I would never recommend that you buy a 1cc Vitz. A Jakuta Wanya, it's already weak. I tell the Uber business, sometimes you're going to be carrying very big people. You don't want to get a car that will disturb you. So if you're going to be doing the Uber business, I definitely recommend that you buy the 1.3cc version or the 1.5 if you can get one. So comparing Spacio old model and Vitz, go for the Vitz. I definitely understand that the Spacio looks good. Yeah, sometimes you may be tall or big. Yeah, someone keeps calling me probably from that place where we have been. Sometimes you may be big or tall, and you're kind of saying but that should not matter. Besides, you're buying that car for business. Okay, car for business. You guys, I hope you have seen the different dimensions of the interview that we did. That when we were talking to the Muslim man, Swahaba, he was saying stage and all. But when we came to actually someone who seems to actually have his own lorry, who sold his home to buy a lorry because that's the line of business. That's what he knows how to do. He's telling you that the only way you should invest in a lorry is if that's your business. Okay, if it's not your business, make sure you sit in the lorry as the person you deliberated to make money for you is doing the business, so that you understand how the business works. Other than that, he says, don't invest your money in the lorry. You may end up losing money instead. You get, this is the same thing that the Mosei said. This is the same thing that I also said. You get, and I had an interview with a number of people. Some people, I did not actually show them on camera, but they kept saying the same thing. And I've told you that I also have a brother of mine that is in the same area, and he keeps on telling me that the lorry business can feed your family, but the lorry business will not upgrade your life. But you get, so but I know definitely that if the lorry is yours and you're the one driving it, the lorry business will actually make you money, it will advance your life. But giving it to a driver, you may end up you get. As for cars for hire, you can buy a Wish. What that gentleman, the last gentleman in the hat, has been saying, that you can buy a Wish. That's the money that Uber drivers report. If you want to, but the last time I had Uber drivers actually report as low as 150, because even Uber wasn't making any more money. So most of the guys that stayed with Uber are the guys that actually drive special hire. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. That the guys that stayed with Uber are the guys that do special hire and not just Uber. You get. So, but you can give your car up for special hire or Uber, and they give you 200,000 every week. But of course, remember that the 200,000, if the car breaks down, you fix it. You also cover for service. So, if this person does trips and you are required to do service every month, then you have to know that that's 110 for service every month off of the 800,000 they gives you. So if he drives, you also have to remember costs like tires. You have to remember costs like in case the engine blows, that's also a cost you have to remember. You have to remember costs like buying new brakes. You have to remember costs like in case he knocks someone, that's still your cost. So before you enter the transport business, you need to understand the modalities and the expenses that come with it. There's an approach that I give you guys. People like me that live in estates, people now carpool. Where I live, people carpool. I have a car, I still have like some free slots, so I talk to my neighbors that go to town every day, and I tell them, and then we go to town together, come back together. You get. I find that that's another approach to the transport business. I normally tell my followers that if, for example, your business before you left was selling shoes, instead of getting 35 to 50 million, investing it in a lorry, why don't you get about 5 to 10 million, invest it in your shoe business? You still have balance remaining. Buy a Wish that you drive on your normal day, register it with Uber, okay, and also get some carpooling if you can. Then during your free time, you do Uber, for example, when you close the shop, or if you have someone attending to the shop during the day, they can still attend to the shop as you do Uber. You get. Do Uber at night, very early in the morning before you open. You get. Then you're supplementing your income. You get. That's an approach that I would take if I were coming from abroad. But for you to get a lot of money and invest it in a lorry or in a taxi, in a business, tojimanyi bulungi bajja kubba ate weevume dunia. You get. So but that's just an honest review. I didn't edit anything, like you know how I did with Mosei, but even with Mosei, it was just cutting out the bits that were not correct. And with this interview, you saw there was no cuts at all. So Mosei says don't buy a lorry and give it to someone to give you money. This other gentleman has also said the same thing. We can't have more than 2 people being wrong and they're in the business. They would actually say, but none of them has said. You see, with the taxi business, it was open. You can bring and I manage it for you, blah, 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 and all that. With the taxi business, it's straightforward. Someone puts a taxi on the road in the morning, they start getting passengers. With the lorry business, it's dependent on how the economy is doing. Because if the economy is not good, people are not constructing. So if you bought a forward to do sand trips, it will not be doing trips. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If you bought an elf or a canter to shift people and the economy is not good, the people that will be shifting to their new houses will not shift because, well, it's cheaper to rent near town than to shift to Wachiso, where it's much more expensive to come to town every day. I don't know if you get the facts, guys. So those are the facts. So we're also going to be talking about insurance so that you understand it. And today I was having a very good conversation with my wife. You know, we went to a hospital and we were duped. This hospital in Matuga called the Wanda. It's a big hospital though. It's a health center, but it's bigger than most hospitals in that place. And these guys were treating my son for typhoid and malaria. The boy wasn't getting any better, so I went for a second opinion, and the boy has never had malaria or typhoid in the past like 14 days. So these guys were giving my kid a lot of drugs for a sickness that he did not have because, well, God knows what. I can't say they wanted to make money because it's a religiously run hospital. It's run by nuns. So I don't want to say that these guys were trying to make money off of me. You get? But well, they were giving my kid the wrong drugs, probably because they did the wrong tests. Of course, the pharmacist, that technician admitted that he did the test he did. The test he did wasn't actually a typhoid test, so he improvised, and the test told him my kid had typhoid. Well, my kid didn't have typhoid, so I was really angry, and we were still making, okay, is the insurance worth it anyway? You get? So I'm going to do service. Remember last time we did service? So I'm going to do service here at Shell. Yeah, I'm going to do service, change of oil and all. I wanted to do this myself, but there is a tool that I want to use, and I've failed to get it yet at Chiseka Market. When I get it, I'll do the service myself. So as we are still talking about the car business, it's a very important thing for you to know. And if you have decided to actually do, jebale baba 15 service yameka ngatade mu 15 13 kali teke mu 15 tujajiwandikako 14. Yeah, so if you want to go ahead and do that, that's up to you. Okitegeera nenga gamagezi mugafunye. So I think we can cross over to insurance. Yeah, to cross in tugende ku insurance tumutegeere. For the guys that have not yet actually bought cars, especially the ladies, we're going to go over the process of what needs to be done when we're going to be doing service. And of course I said another things. This is the other things. So what do we do when we come to do service? Let me show you this. Engine. This is the engine. Then ina gearbox. Gearbox hili wali wansi. Yeah, my engine is that I don't wash engines. And the engine is run smoothly by the oil. Go take by the engine oil. So when you do service, what you do is change the oil filter, and if you want to change the hydraulic oil gearbox. You get. And then there is what we call the air cleaner. They clean it or advise you to change. Sometimes you will change the brake fluid, which is this. You get in the motor manual, so it also has clutch fluid. So I'm going to call a service. The first thing they do, we will go down here. There is that muluzungu mujita bolt oba nail. Nail. They open that nail. They unscrew it. That's where the old oil comes out from. You get. So and then you can also see if your oil has been very old. Because they put very clear oil, a better brown, light brown. and ebyuma ebyo bigenda byerya n'akaddiwa. Yeah, so of course when you go for service you can look at things like ball joints to see the health of those things. See the oil comes out like that because of course my camels, and then they also unscrew this oil filter ne bateekayo endala. Kino ki mazzi sisubira nti nina leakage. Do I have a leakage?
Nedanoza kyava ku grease one muraba grease
ayika
yavaana ku kipiira kyo
bakisibye
ekirako kakula nedda kiro
okikakasa baana tebakisibye nakuddayo bakisibe. Okay, kale. So of course I don't have a leakage. That's something you don't want to have on your engine. Yeah, so that happens when you come for service. For the ladies, for you to understand. And then of course oil waika, they unscrew the top cover. See, that's the traditional way of unscrewing the oil filter. Now me, I'm looking for a tool that actually does that. It exists, so that we don't use the traditional way like he's using the hook and all. Yeah, so you're welcome, guys. Thank you for being part of the show as well. Good evening, Kenneth. Good evening, Stuart, Tour, Mugaga David, Aka, Vincent, Ivan Mugabi, Birunji Eseza. Yeah, thank you guys for also being here. It's nice to do it when actually people respond and people watch and people appreciate it. Yeah. So service here at Shell, where I do my service from, I'm going to put the 5,000 kilometer oil, and it's going to cost me 103,000 shillings to change the oil filter. Yeah. And then of course they change this, they're going to clean the air filter. It's old, but that's just that. So we're gonna do for one way of you get. And they also grease the doors and all those things. Yeah, but very soon I'll be sharing with you how you can actually do this service yourself. Because it's very simple. Yes, Nicholas, hi. It's very easy for you to do. So he's opening he wants to do the dust spraying in the car. They spray the dust to get out of the car. So you guys, what questions do you have for me today? For the guys that have joined late, we have covered your car as a business. I've had a live interview with guys that are doing the lorry business already. I have Galore on a daily. So I've had an interview with them and they gave us their perspective on the business. You get. So you can rewatch this interview later. Of course, I also did an interview with the Mosei. I think it's the last video I uploaded. And the Mosei was telling us that he doesn't advise anyone to invest their money in a lorry for business. You'd rather do something else, like a shop or a hardware or something. And then when that shop grows or the hardware grows, then you can buy a lorry for that very business. Yeah, and then some people said Mosei Yarimba Tatuagaliza. So today, I did it live, Mbade in Vuga, and then I stopped somewhere at a stage in Kagoma, and I went and talked to these guys. Now, the last guy that we saw was very genuine, Mare. He sold his house to buy a lorry for work because he wasn't seeing any work. And he has been honest, Nagamba, if you want to do this for business, he advises that you buy it if you drive it yourself, or else you be the turn boy of the lorry. Other than that, you may end up losing all your money you get. Yeah, so that was the conclusion. So let's start insurance. Vehicle insurance. Now we have two can I call them modes of insurance for cars. We have the normal one, which is the third party. That is what police checks every day. You get, and that's today, these days, for you to buy insurance, the car needs to be in the new logbook system. The new logbook system is the new URA system, the new card system. And when you buy, for example, I'm trying to show you the third party. Now, when I bought this car, the logbook wasn't new. So these guys actually had fake third party. So when I went and changed the car, then this is the new third party system. It has your name, it has a policy number, the car, number plate and type, and then how many people you should carry, and then the weight, and then the chassis number. Now the chassis number is not allowed to be changed in Uganda. If you ever want to change a chassis, you have to apply to URA, which they will not allow. It's not allowed. Basically, the chassis is the body. The chassis, this. The chassis number on the third party is also the chassis number, which is here. Where the frame number, it's what they call the frame number here. You get. So it's not allowed. Emoroka yera buchovola bante emoroka ebisebe bisinga bwe etomere nnyo. Emoroka eyo bwe etomere nnyo, people just let it go. Because tokkirizibwa kukyusa kayumba. Era omuntu bw'akyusa akayumba aba akoze kikyamu nnyo. Bw'ogwa mu kiddo ekya URA, they can actually even arrest you. They can even arrest you for changing the chassis of your number, because it's not legal, it's not allowed. You can change the engine, you can change everything else, but the chassis is not allowed. Yeah. So the third party is the normal insurance policy that almost all cars have. Almost all cars have third party. It insures another person, the person outside your car. That's the third party. The first party is you, the owner of the car. The second party is the person seated in the car with you. And then the third party is the person outside the car. Pedestrian, border rider, you get. That's the third party. So third party insurance insures the person outside the car. The government is very strict about it. Every car should have third party. You can't drive on the road without third party. The assumption is that when kubo, okay, it is the job of the insurance company to pay that person. Saying it's the insurance company that is supposed to pay that person. Okay? Saying you're driving and you knock down a border person, a border guy, and their border gets spoiled. It's not you who is supposed to pay the border guy. You're supposed to give them the number of the insurance company, and then this person contacts them, then the insurance company should pay. Third party insurance right now, I think I bought it 85,000. The price of Ractis new model, my God, I forgot. I'm going to ask for it, Mr. Maheno. I'll give you an answer soon. Of course, not now, but I'm going to give you an answer. Yeah. So third party insures anyone outside your car. That is a third party. But of course, in Uganda, things don't work like that, because the reason why we normally pay these people is million in kaga. Notomera omuntu yetaga emitwalo 5 akuveeko. But then the insurance nemutwalira obudde emyaka 2 gwe moroka eri ku police, because ideally the police will not let the car go until this person is here. That's what happens in Uganda. So now if you want your car to get out of police, you end up paying this person. Insurance will not pay them. Insurance agenda gamba, we have to do simanya investigation and all that. You get. And by the time the investigation is done, emoroka yonge evundide ku police. But ideally, that is how third party should work. Until when you knock neweba nyumba, you come and knock the house. Third party insurance should be able to cater for that. But apparently one of the insurance policies, I think it's one reason why people don't trust insurance. You get, because third party insurance has never paid anyone. You end up coughing money when you even bought insurance. You get. So that's how third party insurance should work. Do you have a question about third party? So third party insurance, for you to buy third party insurance now, you don't go to any person. You're supposed to buy via mobile money. You press 18, for example, with Airtel Money, you press *185#, then you go to number 9, and then you go to insurance, and then they will third party, and then they will ask you for a number plate of the car. You'll put it in there. Now, if your car is not in the new system, it will say the car is not recognized. If your car is in the new system, they will bring back information. The car belongs to this person. It is this, the name of the car, the type is this, and then they'll tell you the cost of third party. And then if you have the money on the Airtel Money, you put your PIN code, and voila, you have insurance. Now all you need to do is drive to a nearest agent or insurance, show them the message, and then they'll print out that thing that I showed you. That's how third party works. Okay? But apparently for us, we use third party to run away from police. We don't know how it works, but that's how. But bobango oli mugumu, my guys. Ngosobola ogamba emotoka njirekeyo ku police nkakase nti third party insurance ekola. You can leave your car there, n'ogoba ku bya insurance nesasula omuntu ono n'olyoka ojjayo emmotoka yo. But sometimes you'll end up seeing that if you start the insurance process, you may spend more money than what you would have used to pay this person a vehicle. That's why sometimes you find that people end up paying these people. You don't want to waste time. You have work to do. You need your car to move here and there, about to do your business. Sometimes you even have to pay for police to let your car go. Uganda. Anyway, let's cross over to a comprehensive insurance. Now, comprehensive insurance is actually a more advanced insurance. Now, comprehensive insurance covers the third party, it covers you, it covers the car. Basically, it covers everything that the car touches. It even covers theft. I have parked my car here at Shell. My lights have been taken off. I go to the police, file a report that my lights were stolen. I tell them this is how it happened. Me, I park the car. I can even leave it at police or at Shell. And then I go to the insurance company and tell them, guys, my things were stolen. I need them replaced. They'll give you money, even if it's 5 million. They'll give it to you. You go buy things, or sometimes they'll just tell you, take it to this place and have those things replaced. That's how comprehensive insurance works. Comprehensive insurance even gives you money when your car is scratched. They can give you money to go and respray your car. It covers even the third party. You get it? So it covers everything, but it's more expensive. For example, I think they say, around 0.4% of the value of the car. For example, if your car is 10 million, you have to pay 400,000 to get that insurance. But third party is 80,000. Sometimes that's why people say I can't get third party, because you're not getting more. And people don't have a lot of confidence in insurance companies. That's why they decide, why am I buying an expensive insurance cover when I can go via police and insurance. You get it? That's why people end up buying third party. You get. So, but comprehensive insurance would have been better, because whatever comprehensive insurance, even if you've knocked and your car got completely tattered, they will give you money to get another car. They don't give you the exact money, the exact value of the car. It's like the first year, they give you 80%. For example, if you insure the car that was worth 10 million, you get an accident and the car cannot be recovered, they give you 8 million to buy another car. That's how advantageous it is. But not all insurance companies pay. Not all insurance companies pay. There are insurance companies that are dishonest, and there are insurance companies that are honest. But if you insure the car that was 20 million, it would mean that they're going to pay 800,000 of comprehensive cover. Now, Tebakuwa 20 million. They give you 80% of the 20 million. Okay? 10% is 800,000 and all. You get it? So they calculate 80% of the value. The reason why they don't give you the exact 20 million is because there is what we call, do we call it devaluation? No. Someone correct me. So they calculate that chobola bantu bwe moroka we waji insurance nga Gambia ya milioni 10 bojivuga ogwo mwaka nefuna akabenje no bagamba na njagala moroka ndala tebakuwa motoka bagamba katukwe milioni 8 gogenda ogule motoka. And I've seen someone that was paid nyinagwe nalinda because he was driving a Subaru Impreza, but that was a long time ago. What taxi na ajitomera, and the guy saying the motoka sichajagala, which say because he had bought his car from the bond. So for the guys that buy cars from the bond, I recommend that you actually buy comprehensive insurance. Why? Because of the $250,000 ya satu nogagula mwe motoka. Chechi gano $250,000 ya mune chitundu ogule insurance. You get. For me, I find that you lose nothing. So you get the money by comprehensive insurance. Moroka yebe save. Nje waboda ne bajikulubula ogenda mu insurance obaga why boda yakulubudde moroka yange nakola ki nadduka mpeye emitwalo nga 2 ninde bajikula, and they'll give you that money if you go to an honest insurance company. But the other tip that I've been told that yes, thank you Stuart, it's called depreciation. Thank you, it's called depreciation. The other thing I've heard is that if you want to buy insurance ateba kusasule bulungi, or you have to buy insurance through an agent. Tewegendera go wenyini for baba tutekamu 3.7 go wenyini n'ogula insurance as a person, you need to go through an agent, because agent, in case of anything, agent yagenda okubanja sigwa agenda okubanja gwe n'ogenda obanja insurance company bajja kuzza eno n'eno n'eri. So you find an insurance agent, probably find someone that has been paid nga yali agize comprehensive insurance ne bamuwa sente ze, omubuuze yakozesa agent ki, then you use that agent as well. Ojja kwesanga nga in case of trouble agent oyo agenda n'abanja sente ezo ne bakusasula, but gwe bwegenderayo nga ebintu bya Uganda obimanyi kiki ekyo. Vufu yeah, so if you're going to be buying comprehensive insurance, the advice is that you should always buy through an insurance agent. But broker mwebali mu Uganda, there are so many brokers, so use a broker. Ye agule bo baba n'engeri gye banegitegeragana ne baki ne insurance companies. What's the duration of comprehensive? It's still a year. You buy comprehensive insurance every year, and every year you still pay, because they'll tell you that your car has depreciated by like 2 million. So this year, boba insuring 10 million last year, this year you insure 8 million. So that's just how it works. Just not a Morocco depreciating every year. So buli mwaka osarako. But I find that comprehensive insurance is actually very good for you to do. You get comprehensive insurance nungi nnyo, especially bw'oba oguze Morocco ya bond. Kati fa bavuge Morocco enkadde, insurance oyo osobola okumuleka, because kakati oguze Morocco million 5, right? But when I think about it, wemba nyine Morocco million 7, let me go and give them the 200k, so that if for any issue bumper ya kasente kange million zange 5 and I buy another car, you get. Now that I think about it, next year I'm going to do comprehensive insurance. Yeah, so that amatara gange, let me show you. Eryetala lya Corolla yange lya mitwalo 25. Singo wa boda aligwamu bwati. Mba nasasula emitwalo gange 2 comprehensive insurance. Nga balimpa. Mbanga maze emitwalo gange 2 genda sasula mu comprehensive. It makes sense, right? It actually makes sense. Yeah, but for you guys that have gone to the bone, yeah, that's the cleaning process. This is the cleaning process at when you go for service. Yeah. It's helpful sometimes in Bagamba. Of course, he has not done it very well. I know Kujamu everywhere in prayer. So if there is an official from Shell watching, yeah, but that is very helpful. So let's go back to our discussion of insurance. You need to do the math. Million ya million ya safu waki sokwata yaka senta akana na million ngemu kitundu kubiri n'ofuna comprehensive insurance. Because just know emmotoka yene bwe bagibba, if you have it comprehensively insured, the insurance company will give you money to buy another car. You get emmotoka bwe bagibba, if you have comprehensively insured this car, the insurance company will give you money to buy another car. You get? So now he's going to clean the air cleaner. Maybe you see the dust that comes out of it. So I'm not going to buy an air cleaner. I want to go to Toyota Uganda and buy their air cleaner and I see the difference. Yeah. So I recommend comprehensive for the guys that are good model. The math adds up. the math actually adds up. You can also put money in yourself. No can also fly emitwala abiri. No baganze moroka yange wefunire ekisi. Umpe. I have actually had nebo obango ovuge motoka and you go through water. You know these things when you are driving in Uganda and you go through water. And when you go through water, your engine gets damaged. When it's not your fault, it's natural. You have simply been driving on the road, the water came, and your engine got damaged. They'll give you money to replace an engine. If you go to an honest insurance company, the other thing that they cover is if, for example, you're parked under a tree somewhere, and it rains heavily, and the tree falls on your car, they will pay you money to either repair or get another car. That's how comprehensive insurance works. So just do the math already. Does it work for you or it doesn't work for you? Okay, so you don't just get, so how do they calculate the value of a used car? You tell them. It's you who tells them. Actually, when you go for insurance, they'll ask you, how much is your car worth? You get, then you'll tell them, my car is worth 10 million. Because for them, they actually don't lose. Naira wale moroka irabika. Talking about why the Corolla yange yo obagambe nti Corolla yange ya million 2. There are some things that are obvious. They also have valuers. Bwoba tukanoba ne balabango obabuzabuza. Osegera they call their valuers. Ne bagamba omusajja ono atugande moroka erimu million 3. Nga valuer wa babagamba nedda. That car is worth 15. Then they'll insure the 15 million. You get. So they actually have valuers. Yeah, it's 1 hour, guys. Do you have any other question, guys? So we have talked about the car business. We discussed the lorry business. The taxi business is actually straightforward. Like the taxi business is about you getting an honest driver. If you get a dishonest driver, the taxi business again kusala. However, the lorry business, according to the discussions I've had with multiple people, the lorry business kusala nebobanga ofunye omuntu ali honest, because ebiseera bimwe emirimu kijja kubula. Now you can imagine buying a lorry at 80 million and it only gives you 500,000 a week. You get, and they give you 500,000. If a tire bursts, you actually have to buy a new tire, which will cost you about 300 to 400,000. You get, kakati, you have to think about it now in all about what your priorities are as a person that wants to invest money. So we have covered the insurance bit. You have understood it. You have done the math. Yeah. So I hope today has been fruitful. It's shorter than normal. Yeah. So service is done. Service is done. So now he's just going to blow dust from the engine. He's going to blow dust from the engine. Awamala. Self-drive or no self-drive car hiring business, which is better? I think if you're going to be doing a hire business, the first thing I would tell you to do is buy a car and install a tracker. Okay? Now that's the first thing you will do. Okay? Then after installing a tracker, then you can decide. Sometimes, because remember, if you're hiring a car and you tell people I'll give you with the driver, you better have a lot of capital. Why? Most people want to do self-drive. So you will find that sometimes you will get fewer customers than a person that hires out self-drive. You get, most people want to drive themselves when they hire a car from you. So kati kitegeeza nti it would be better no take a tracker mu motoka nomanya nti omuntu when someone comes to hire your car, they drive themselves and you can track yourself all the time. You get. Normally, I find that people that hire cars with their drivers are guys that have high net worth, that have a lot of money. And they hire very valuable cars like the V8s, the car that can be hired at 1 million a day. You get, because people that hire V8s obviously rarely want to drive themselves. They are very high ranking officials, probably CEOs and all. But if you're going to be hiring out cars like Wish, you will definitely want to hire out self-drive, because that is cheaper. Someone will give you 100,000 a day, they go, they bring your car back. Just make sure you get trackers, install it in a place where it's very hard for someone to actually get to it. Because remember, when you give someone your car for self-drive, you have given them a full day with your car, so they can do whatever they want. So you make sure you hide trackers as far as possible, and also the way you handle someone can make them secure to think that in the tracker what they you get. So self-drive, both approaches are good, but it depends on how much capital you have. Because people of low capital, it's better you hire out self-drive, because then you get more people hiring your car randomly. You get. Then this other question, thanks for the show, but can one insure the car before it's transferred to his names? No, I don't advise that, because then in case of anything bad, then you can't claim. The only person that can claim is the person in whose names the insurance is put. Yeah, so you have to transfer the car to your names first, and then you can do insurance. So guys, I've had a very fruitful day. I hope you have had too. Thank you very much guys for being here. Ibra, Abdul, Stuart, Nicole, Stuart, Kasozi, Cliff, Phil, Kenneth, Tuo, Ivan, Vincent, David, and Birunji. Thank you very much guys for taking the time to be here. It's very empowering to do a show when people are there watching. So if you haven't watched the interviews for the guys that want to do business, you can watch the interview of the taxi guy Ali, and then you can also watch the interview I did with Mosei, okay, to comprehend when you compare with the information that we have gathered here today, so that will take it out you need whether to invest your money in that business or not. Yeah. So you guys, unless you guys have a quick question, I beg to leave today. Yeah. And then we'll see each other tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes. Bro, I know. EM, thank you for being here. Yeah, it's important that you don't invest money in business. So you guys have a very nice evening. Yeah, have a very nice evening. Abagara kumpezaka airtime osobola okaweereza sigana airtime. Today is Friday night and then the weekend. I think there is a comment I've missed. I don't know how he commented. I'll see it later. So it's a comment from Chirunda Sula. So Sula, I can't see your comment now because you didn't. But I'll answer that comment tomorrow in the live I'm going to have tomorrow. Yeah. So guys, have a very nice. Don't forget, I sell tracking devices. 350. We install a tracking device in your car. You can stop the engine. You can track where it's going. You can track where it has been. You can call and listen to the people in the car and all that. 350,000. I'm a marketing person. I help businesses make sense. I help businesses get new customers and retain them. I help businesses. I train customer service. I train digital marketing and all. So have a very nice evening, guys. Tomorrow I'm going to do a live again at 4 p.m. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to schedule that live, and you'll see what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. Have a very nice evening. Ciao.